Before we start today's video, I just want to let you know, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I don't want your email. I don't want to trick you into giving me your email. I don't want anything from you. I just want to tell you the truth behind OMAD and intermittent fasting. Because there's a lot of misinformation and overhype out there about why these philosophies and dieting techniques actually work.
Fasting is really going to force your body to burn fat. You're going to see crazy results.
And the truth is something that I don't think a whole lot of people really talk about when it comes to OMAD or intermittent fasting, because usually the people talking about those things are trying to sell somebody something related to those things.
I've taught this to thousands of people all over the world. This stuff works amazing. I can't wait for you to try it.
They're also trying to sell you this idea that during those hours where you're not eating, you're somehow burning a ton more fat than the hours that you eat.
Pounds are gonna fly, and fat is out of here, mister!
And I'm not trying to say that OMAD doesn't work or intermittent fasting doesn't work, because they definitely do. I just want to tell you the truth about why they work. The truth about these diets is that they work not because you only eat one meal a day or because you're fasting 16 hours and you're burning all this fat during those 16 hours, but really they work simply because they help you adhere to a caloric deficit maybe a little bit easier than eating throughout the day does, because the more times you eat throughout the day, the more opportunities you may have to overeat. Also, when you only eat one meal a day, it's very easy to fill up and feel full when you eat a ton of food, a day's worth of food at one meal. So by giving yourself that restriction of only eating once a day, or in the case of intermittent fasting, only in that 8-hour window, you're giving yourself a little bit less time to consume food. And the truth is that these dieting philosophies work not because of those hours that you don't eat and you're somehow burning all that fat. It's because OMAD and intermittent fasting make it a lot easier to adhere to a calorie deficit. That is the number one reason why OMAD works and why intermittent fasting works. And I know that this is a highly debated topic that I'm not really going to get into too much in this video, but if we're talking about weight loss, 95 to 99% of the reason why you're losing weight is because you're in a caloric deficit. Anyways, if not eating for 16, 18, or 20 hours a day does actually help you burn more fat, it's an insignificant amount compared to if you ate every few hours with calories being accounted for. What weight loss really comes down to is adhering to that calorie deficit. And that's the reason for a lot of people that OMAD and intermittent fasting works so well, is that it helps them adhere to that 500 calorie deficit a lot easier than somebody who's eating 4, 5, 6 times a day. Because for most of us, the more times we eat throughout the day, the more chances we have to overeat throughout the day. And that can be a huge factor for a lot of people in not adhering to their calorie deficit. So just eating once a day or just giving yourself a window of time that you can eat can make that adherence a lot easier. With that being said, I enjoy fasting quite a bit. Today I actually fasted until about a half hour ago. It's like 1:30 right now. I didn't eat until 1. A lot of times my day starts off with a coffee, and then I'll have a couple of coffees until early afternoon, especially on training days. If I'm not training, I might go until 5 o'clock in the afternoon without eating. It's just my personal preference, and that's also something I want to stress. It really depends on your personal preference. Don't feel like you have to do OMAD or you have to fast if you don't enjoy it. If you enjoy it, then you should totally think about doing it. If you've never done it before, you should try it, because it really may help you adhere to your calorie totals a lot better. For me, I'm not really hungry in the morning, so it just makes sense for me to delay eating until later in the day. Also, I find that I'm also more productive if I do delay my eating until later in the day, because I don't have to cook anything, I don't have to worry about food. And also, I just enjoy eating later at night more than I do during the day. So all of those factors are why I like to fast more days than not. So if you've never tried fasting before, I highly recommend it. If you've never tried OMAD before, maybe you should give it a shot. Just don't be oversold and overhyped about the benefits of what not eating during the day can do for you, because it all simply comes down to a calorie deficit and also your preferences, guys. Do you enjoy fasting? If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. At the end of the day, you should be doing these if they help you, if you enjoy doing them, and not because you have to do them. So I hope that helps clear some of OMAD and intermittent fasting up for you guys. I've gotten a lot of questions on Instagram regarding the two, and I just want to give you guys my take from somebody who's been a single digit and has gotten to a single digit body fat percentage before, their perspective on these two dieting philosophies and really what they can do for you, not any overhyped, oversold BS that a lot of people seem to be trying to sell these days. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.